life, there's got to be hope. Oh, keep on trying. One day, keep on trying. It's gonna be better. Keep on trying. Keep on trying. If you've been suffering for so long and there's nowhere to turn, just take it to the Lord in prayer. He will be on your side. And you
Good morning.
never gonna fall.
Good morning. Good morning. Can you hear me?
So many times. You've been let down by all your friends.
All right. If you're just joining me, let me welcome you, T-Mas Blamo. Thank you for loving my analysis. And if you are just joining me like Lawrence Lasana Vama, I am encouraging you to please share the video. Confirm, like Francis Deeks, that you're watching. And let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. I will appreciate that very much if you can tell me. Thank you for confirming, Cully Blank. I delayed to come on, Camila Wen, because I was getting real information in real time. And I've got a breaking news on your current foreign minister who received a tip-off and escaped a possible arrest. What would have been a possible arrest in London. You can find me on my personal page or my YouTube channel, Eugene Fagon, or you can go to Reality TV. I'm right there.
Life is not easy to carry on.
I will be bringing you breaking
I
news.
know you've been trying so very, very hard, but you got to be strong. If you wanna survive,
Please
you
share.
can be a rich man. You can be a poor
If
man.
you're around the president, you can share because
We are just the same.
I have decided to come out and speak on what I know.
Sometimes it gets so hard for you. Everyone will carry your sin. Don't give up, don't give up, don't give up.
This is the class of the
Oh,
intelligentsia.
there is life, there's got to be hope. Oh, keep on trying. One day, keep on trying. It's gonna be better. Keep on trying.
You got about 3 more minutes to be in class.
Keep on trying. If you've been suffering for so long,
Thank you for joining me.
there's nowhere to turn. Just take it to the Lord in prayer. He will be on your side. And you're never gonna fall. You've been hurt so many times. You've been let down by all your friends.
Let's share the video.
He tried so hard.
Please, we have a lot to unpack.
When you come and laugh at you, don't give up, don't give up, don't give up. As long as there is life, there's got to be hope. Oh, keep on trying, forever and ever. Keep on trying, don't give up. Keep on trying, oh, keep on trying. No matter how hard it may be, keep on trying. There's no easy way. Keep on trying.
All right. If we can't get to 150, we can't stop. That's why I'm encouraging you to share the video. You see, the information I have to put out there tonight, please share the video. Your friend may not be my friend. What I'll put out today will be breaking news to all of you. And they're very sensitive, and I'm going to put them out. I'm going to put them out because I love my country. I love my friends, but I love my country also. And I can no longer hold this in. I did not come out yesterday. You will agree with me. You never saw me out. I struggle. I struggle hard because it is not easy to say something about people you love and care for. But you have to look at your country. You have to look at your people. Someone keeps talking about UPS. I don't even know where UPS office is. I have no clue about UPS. I don't know anybody at UPS. I've never been there in I don't know how long. First of all, what I call, I don't even know. That's why a lot of people will run to my platform. So if you say Randy Dapo said, I am in Tennessee right now, broadcasting to you. Call Randy Dapo right now. Give him my WhatsApp number. Tell him to call me if he's man, so he can show me what part of UPS I work. My brother, are the people you can listen to. For me, if I tell you anything, I got facts. I get it like if you oblige me, I present it. I give you witnesses. You go, you ask them, they will tell you the same thing. I am that one Liberian that refused to be a liar. Trust me. Everybody knows me. Ask them. Let's continue. If I work at UPS, I'll be proud. Because I'm not begging you for money. I'm working for it. That common sense. So, the late energy I got from yesterday, my voice is gone. Now I have to save my country. I have to. All right. Having said that, let's begin this morning. From my end, I'm sorry to say this is going to be tough for me. It's really going to be hard for me, but I don't have a choice. I have a choice between my friendship and my country. my party, and my country. It's going to be a tough one for me today. That's why my voice is gone. It's like a confession I am about to make, but I have to do it for my country. I can't keep it. So I will start with the NTA, which is the National Transit Authority. Tomorrow, I will be unleashing real-time stuff. The NTA has been mirror or the subject of massive corruption. The LACC begged to differ. There were riots after riots after riots. Then we heard that fire gutted the NTA compound. It is our understanding, and it is our concrete, verifiable, 100% accurate and correct information that the fire at the NTA was the result of an arson, meaning it was intentionally burnt. It is our information, and it is accurate, that some documents were removed from the managing director's office. Documents were removed from the auditor's office. It is yet to be verified. What we know to be 100% accurate is that firefighters were prevented from helping to cut off the fire. The images we will show you tomorrow, they were burnt. Even when the fire approached the managing director's office and the water truck ran out of water, there is a reservoir in the NTA compound. Fire officers were again prevented from getting water to cut off the fire. My friends, Fagon will not lie to his country. According to a recent report from a press conference, it was reported that, I want to give you the exact figure. Bear with me. It was reported, according to a journalist, Nyanti Tukpa, that the amount of 900,000 Liberian dollars and 9 million leones got burned in the fire. Almost every financial document, except for the audit report, got destroyed in the fire. Initial reports was that the fire was the result of the generator running out of fuel. But somehow the generator survived. The structure was burned. And the facts that we know, we're calling for an independent investigation. We believe strongly that it was a cover-up and that the fire was intentional and that it was the result of arson. I have said that, and I'm going to go into details and expose a lot of things tomorrow. That, my friend, those are the facts I have given you. Take me to the beach to execute me. I am standing firm on what I know to be true. And tomorrow I will expand further, because I'm here today to let the president know that I care for him, I love him, and I want him to take the right decision. I will tell him what I know today. I'll make a true confession to the president today. I also want, in passing, to say to the foreign minister that as a result of a tip-off, you canceled your trip to London, which was a smart move. I want to say to him, you narrowly escaped what would have been an embarrassing situation for our country, and you would have been arrested despite your diplomatic passport and credentials. The report of your arrest cannot be confirmed, but I can assure you that what was planned for you in London would have taken place, and that you would have been the subject of an investigation pending your extradition to the United States to face trial. Mr. Foreign Minister, you and I know that you are the subject of an investigation here in the US, that your case was taken from the State Department, and transferred to the Department of Justice. Failure on the part of your wife to testify and to cooperate with the investigation, she was asked to leave. I have it here. You, the foreign minister, dismissed your wife by yourself, knowing what was coming. On that note, you were waiting. Again, you were invited to this Wilton Park stuff. I don't want to go into detail because it's a blur. And the invitation to you was His Excellency D. Maxwell Kimia. That was April of 2022. I am writing to invite you to contribute your expertise at the Wilton Park Conference on strengthening the international response to conflict-related sexual violence, conflict-related sexual violence, CRSV, on the 11th to the 13th of this month, May. Taking place in person at Wilson House. Taking place in person at Wilson House, England. The discussion is hosted in partnership with the Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office, FCDO, and Lord Tariq Ahmad of Wimbledon, the Prime Minister's Special Representative on preventing sexual violence in conflict and Minister of State of the FCDO. If you were not smart enough to call them, you would have embarrassed our country, and we would have seen the result. I'd like to inform you that you may have escaped a possible arrest. We as a country have walked away from yet another embarrassment. Mr. Foreign Minister, you were waiting. And I will quote a part of the letter. The Department of State refers to the Embassy of the Republic of Liberia, correspondence number RL MFA 2-1 A01055-22, dated April 25th. In that communication, Mr. Foreign Minister, your wife and you were asked, quote, from the letter, the Department Office of Foreign Missions understands that pursuant to conversation between the department and the Liberian Ministry of Foreign Affairs, MFA, Mistress Kimia has been recalled from her position at the Consulate General of the Republic of Liberia at New York, effective the date of the correspondence. OFM has accordingly recorded Mistress Kimia termination effective 25th, 2022. The embassy is requested to return Mistress Kimia department-issued identification card. Mr. Foreign Minister, we are too small a country if the people have to ask you to return the stuff in a document that I'm reading, you are embarrassing our country. As a result of your actions, for the last almost going on to 2 months, even before that, but it was on a low scale. Right now, Minister Kimia, you are a disgrace. Almost every official, except for serious minor ones with less tinted character, have been denied visas. They've been coming to conferences, they're not allowed. I did not want to give this information, but the latest two were supposed to come on a telecommunications conference here from the LTA. I'm not going to go back. I know a whole list of them. There are people that are supposed to come to America to do work for LESCA, for the embassy, for the permanent mission. They are all being denied. They were appointed, but they cannot take up their position. The latest one that happened, Ledger Rennie's wife was coming. She works at LTA. She was denied. Israel Akinsaya, LTA, he was denied. Should I go further or should I stop there? Because it would be embarrassing. Because if I call some other names, it would be so embarrassing, the whole country will not know what to do. I cannot appeal to you further to stop holding our country hostage. I cannot appeal to you further. I don't want to go further. I don't want to go further. I'm looking at a long list with some of the most prominent ones. I don't want to go further. If you keep embarrassing the country and the president does not see it fit, I don't know what to do anymore. People that you will not expect them to deny are being denied because of your action. The US cannot tell you, I am doing this because of this. They expect you to know and to know better. Israel Akinsanya, his tenure expired ever since. And you think the American people don't know? You don't know they know that it's Lejahu's wife? But all these people are not being denied because they will not go back to a good job or because Akinsanya won't expire. No. It is a long list that has been going on. And it is incumbent on the president to request you, the foreign minister, to come forward and give him all the lists of those that you requested visa for and everyone that was denied visas. I am challenging the president. If you are with me right now, I've not gone to the main reason why I'm here today. This is just a side treat. And when you gave him that list, I hope he can call the ambassador and say, look at the head of maritime. He's been to every spring meeting. He's in Turkey currently. He's been to the US over and over. Leska is there. Sir, this is the list. Do you have a list of my officials that you have denied visas from going to their jobs or going to pursue conferences and do stuff? Can I see it? Compare it with the list the foreign minister has given you, Mr. President, and see the actual damage that you keeping Kimia is doing to our country. Ask for the list and let him bring his list and see the damage that as a result of his actions, our country is having to encounter. Why did you not let him go to London? If you are the president that we believe in as a people, why don't you send your foreign minister? Why couldn't he come to this telecommunications conference? The world is improving. Technology, telecommunications. Mr. President, can you send your foreign minister here for a meeting with the Liberian people, please? This is hurting our country. It is hurting our country. One man, because of one man, our country is finishing. America never dropped off on us like this. This cannot be happening during your administration. America has never made us feel like this. America has never asked our diplomats to leave or to return RD card in an official letter. Mr. President, this is not fair to us. It is really not fair to us. Please, I hope you take it in good faith. It is not fair. We are suffering as a country because of your inaction. And I want to assure you, Mr. President, that inaction is action, meaning you have acted, and by your action, you have decided not to act. So your inaction is your action. and we are suffering. It is a disgrace. It is writing us letter for ID cards, throwing our people out of the country, stopping the ones to come here and do the work from coming because of one man. If that medicine is so strong that it will overpower you like that, then, Mr. President, indeed, we are suffering. That brings me to the main reason why I am here. I'm here today to make a confession. I'm here today to tell you, Mr. President, I have waited for 48 hours to see whether or not due diligence will be done. Simply because the individual in question is a friend. And it was tough for me. It is very tough for me now to come up and speak to it. But before I do, let me thank you, Mr. President, for proving that you are indeed the feminist in chief, and that we appreciate you. As members of the intelligentsia class, we say you had two ladies working in your government. That as intelligent people, regardless of our party or religion, we believe that you had taken glory for their work. We also believe that for them acting for almost 2 years meant that it was clear they were working. For almost 2 years, there was no need to bring anybody over them. Therefore, it would be unfair that after they have given you glories in the areas of telecommunications and public works infrastructure, telecommunications being the LTA under the watchful eyes of, what's her name? Edwina Zakpa. And then public works under Ruth Coker Collins. And yes, Ruth Coker Collins being #1 in the country. All the roads, this and that. So, again, we thank you for our appointment. We expected nothing less. We also want to thank you for Edwina Zakpa. She's done well, no noise. Things are on course. As my understanding, she's even in the States. So we want to thank you for the recognition. Having said that, let me say this. I see that you have done well. So for that now, I am going to thank you, and then I'll go through my true confession. Now, let me say with all due respect, this is going to be hard for me to do, but I have to do it. Mr. President, This is a true confession from me. And I wish to let you know that I'm not happy doing it. I repeat, I am not happy doing what I'm doing right now. And I hope my little brother Darlington, Diamond, Carly will understand. Mr. President, in 2017, I got a call when I was pushing the agenda for the PAPD, and it was clear that you were going to win the elections. I got a call from my friend, Prince Sherman. I always give you a name so that if you want to double check, you can as a president. And those who want to double check my information, they can do that. I got a call from Prince Sherman, and he said, I have my brother here. He works at the airport. That was 2017. He's going to school, and he does airport electronics. And I said, okay. And he would like to work at the airport as a maintenance supervisor. This was in 2017. They were in Charlotte, North Carolina. And I said, well, if you want me to talk to him, I can talk to him. He said yes. So I went ahead and I talked to Darlington. And Darlington said yes. He worked at the airport. He was making 6 figures. He had a lot of money, but it was about his country. He wanted to contribute. And I said, but if you are making all this money, why do you want to be like a maintenance supervisor or to work in maintenance? He said, because that's what I'm going to school for. I've done it. I got my first degree, and now I'm doing my master's. And I said, interesting. Then we will need people like you. Then Prince Sherman said, why don't you go and open a school for airline maintenance to teach? That way it would be a bigger contribution than going to work at the airport. I said, I agree with just Prince Sherman. Mr. President, you know that person I'm talking about, Prince. So I said to him, I think that would be the way to go. Because maybe you are the only Liberian that has a degree in what you are talking about. This was 2017. So why not share the knowledge rather than going to work as a supervisor and controlling few people? But if that is what you want, then this is what I would do. If we do take over, you will be one of those whose credentials we'll be looking at. And by the time we take it will take no long for you to complete your master's. We talked, we had fun, we enjoyed the time. So that was it. We kept in touch on and off. Last year, when I came to the States on one visit, because when I came to the States, I came along the year before. Nathaniel McGill paid a visit to VOA, the State Department. I was on that trip. I encountered him briefly, and I said, "Boy," he said, "Don't you remember me?" I'm like, "It's been a while." He reminded me. I said, "Oh, yeah. I said, "So how everything?" He told me it's fine. I completed school, so I was excited. I was very excited. This was in like 2020. But we could not sit down and meet. That is why this is my confession. I was excited. So when we returned to Monrovia, he paid a visit. I met him in the compound of Minister McGill. He had come to speak. And he said he was on his way back to the States, but he was trying to get into the airport to get some work done. I said, well, that would be a good idea. Once you got all your papers, your credentials, everything. He said, yeah, I brought it. And I gave it to the securities to give to him. I said, fine. So last year being last year, when we visited the States, when Minister McGill visited the States, not this gone trip, not this recent trip, the trip that you, where all of them came on and met those people. He came with a delegation from Philadelphia. I will not give my confession without giving witnesses to testify to what I am saying. So while in the hotel, I asked him again, why are you still here with the kind of credentials you have? He said, well, I myself don't know. I said, did you bring your papers with you so I can go through? He said, no. I said, but you obtained your bachelor's, you got your master's, and you're still in the airline business. He said, yes. That was not this current trip, because I'm going to give you witnesses. I said, but then it shouldn't be a problem. He said, but you and Honorable McGill and all these guys, you guys are going out. And I don't know where you guys are going. Of course, I came behind the delegation from Philadelphia. So I said, but you're a sedition. We're not going on an official trip. So join us, let's go. My witness is Kef Hassan, the big mouth Kef Hassan. So me and Kef, as you know, he's my little brother. We were together. I have given you my second witness. So me and Kef decided to go to our car. Then he said, where are you guys going? We said, we're going in the parking lot to pick up our car. You pick up your car and follow us. So we're going out to eat with Honorable McGill. He said, but if your car in that building over there, then why not we ride my car? So we said, okay, we'll ride with you. Darlington is my little brother. Not like, but just like Kef. I see everybody like my little brothers. So when we went to the car, I'm like, is this your car? He said, yes. I opened the door and I said, my man, I think I can get in the car. He said to me, careful right there. He said, it's my wife's car, you know, and I just bought it. And I'm like, so I look at Kev. Kev looked at me and Kev said, let us go get our car. I said, no. Get in the car. Push all the things and get in the car. And I pushed the other things from the front. I got in the car. I believe it was either a Santa Fe or a RAV4, but the body of the car, I was too disturbed. Kev was also disturbed. And Kev is germophobic. I will repeat it 3 times. Kev is germophobic. It was like Kev was going to die, but I was determined because I wanted for us to have a conversation in the car. There were lots of old food, lots of clothes, like somebody lived in their car. I have to save my country. I have to say this. Burger King boxes, all chicken food in there, all kinds of stuff. We sat down. So I said, brother, you are my small brother. This is not normal. I'm not going to go into that aspect of the detail of our discussion. But I understood, because it has happened to all of us some kind of way. Then I said to him, but that does not mean you can't throw out all these trash and tin. You need to be stopping the car, but I understand. Then I said, what have you been doing? He said, and Kev is my witness, he was with Brinks, the people who can transport money to the banks. And then sometimes he do VIP security. Most times, for a real thing, he's a bouncer. Then I said to him, well, you cannot have this qualification and allow some frustration to hold you back. So we started talking, and he said he could help me with my radio station. But the conversation about the radio station did not go well, because I'm talking about wattage, frequency, and stuff, but you're not understanding, but you say you got a degree and you can do it. So Kev kept looking from the back. I was seeing him through the view mirror. So I said, but if you do VIP security, when these people come here, we need to connect you. So however, we got to the restaurant, and me and Kev had a conversation quickly. While at the restaurant, I'm not sure of Sam Livingstone, but it was Joseph Tay, Eddie Trawale, Adu Kroma, Edwin Dennis, Kev Hassan, Eugene Fagon, and Darlington Conley, with Honorable Nathaniel McGill. Let me repeat. Joseph Tay, Edwin Dennis, Adu Kroma, Honorable Nathaniel McGill, Kev Hassan, Eugene Fagon, Darlington Conley. I'm not sure about Sam Livingstone. Don't recall. Because we roll with Darlington, Kev and I. Then the other people roll with McGill. So we sat down to eat. Most of the food was between $20, $40 upwards. I still remember I ate goat meat with rice. I still remember Honorable McGill ate tilapia. So they brought beverage for some of us who called for beverage. My brother Darlington called for Heineken. And me and Kev were on, he had put me on Blue Moon. So I called for Blue Moon. Kev said, you know, I'm driving, so I'm not going to drink. I'll take water. At that stage, the bartender, the restaurant guy, made a mistake and he brought Darlington a Heineken, and he brought me 2 Corona with lime. I said, no, I will not take it. I will not drink it. At that stage, my brother requested the 2 Coronas. Darlington took the 2 Coronas and just downed it. So I sat there and I said, my man, we have to talk. This is where it's very worrisome for me. He said, yeah, we'll talk. We'll get back to the hotel. We'll talk. I said, okay. Something funny happened. They brought Joseph food. They brought everybody one plate of whatever they called for. I don't know whether I should say this, but I'm sorry. I have to say it. Give me 15 seconds. Let me think whether I should say it or not say it. I know some of you will get mad, but that's fine. If you get mad, get mad. Let's take the short break. 15 seconds only.
hotlbr.com.
I know you've been trying so very, very hard, but you got to be strong if you want to survive.
Okay, I've decided to say it. So, you know, the restaurant plates, they bring them very small. So everybody had their food, we're all eating. And I said, why are you sitting there, you're not eating? He said, I ordered my food. So I said that because we're not waiting for you. When you follow a big man out, when he finish and say, let's go, you go. Whether you finish, you go. So you need to get your food. He said, my food is coming. It was me, him, and Kev sitting at the same table. And the table was long. It was Edwin Dennis, Miguel on one side, Eddie on the end. Edwin Dennis was sitting on the other side. Then Abdul and Wahimani, Joe. So I started eating our food. The food can't come. So myself, I got upset. I told the waitress, I said, look, we are here and we'll be leaving from here shortly. He said, yeah, the food will come. He kept assuring us. When we look, almost finishing lecturing, they bring Darlington's food. And Darlington food, it was a food meant for 5 people. It's called the platter. Platter, the platter. The platter means they fix a gigantic platter meant for at least 5 people. And it's over $100 and something. It's meant for over 5 people to eat. It's called the platter. I was embarrassed. Kev was embarrassed. And of course, McGill was upset. And Minister McGill did not worry about the food. He was concerned about the amount. So McGill said, but why you alone will eat over $170 and others are eating $27 food, $30 food? He said, I thought you were going to eat. McGill said, my man, you sitting down here and I'm sorry. I have to say it. If it costs me my life, then so be it. If it costs me my friendship, let it be. I don't lie. So Maggie said, I don't care how much money I have. I don't like to spend money wastefully. You saw all of us eating. You should have stopped the people. If you say you meant it for us. But all I can't pay $20, $25, $30, then you will leave $170. on just your food. So everybody said, Chief Jalape. Bagay was a little upset. Bagay said, no, it is not about the food. It is about the money. You know how many people in Liberia, there's $130 who are fed? Now one man just sit down and just eat it right here or carry it. So we let it go. At the end, they had to package the food to go. I had to force Kev to get back into the car. So we got back to the hotel. I called the gentleman. And I said to him, listen, you embarrassed all of us over there. But there is a much bigger problem than this that you're not telling me. Because if you tell me, I'm able to tell people you are a sedition. You can get help. He said, no, you know, I thought you were already going to. I said, no, my man. All I started eating, saying out of the place, you're eating. Well, we let that go. So I decided to double check. And I believe it's my fault. One way or the other, I share a fault to which I must confess. I decided to dig behind my little brother. And I found out the following, but I did not tell anybody. Perhaps if I had spoken out at the time, I would have saved the president this embarrassment. But I did not think we would have reached this far, for which I'm greatly sorry. I later found out that yes, there were domestic problems. All of us, I went through it. So there's no shame to that. It's part of the game. But I also found out that he was not truthful about almost everything. I found out that he had dropped out of Cottington 2.5 years as a result of a problem that was both family related and financial. That the degree he told me that he had, he did not get from Cottington. I found out later that he did not obtain a bachelor's in aerodynamics, like he said. It was not true. I found out that he only did maintenance courses at the air management school in Philly. That the degree he told me he was working on, the master's degree in 2017, was not true. Because in order to get into a master's program, you must have your bachelor's. After realizing all of that, Kev too should share some blame, Kev Hassan. We discussed it and we just let it go. We had no idea that it would have reached this far. We had no idea. So I want to say to all of you today that this is the toughest. Yesterday was tough. This is even more tough for me to do. I attempted calling the brother. He did not pick up. Even when he was announced, I attempted calling him quickly. He refused to pick up. I immediately called Sam Livingstone. And the only thing I got from Sam was, this is what the man said. This is what he said. And that's what we took it to be. Mr. President, I am confidential. That's why when I knew what I knew, I never anticipated it would have reached this far. Nobody called me to ask me. Nobody said, oh, this man is shortlisted. So I'm not going to blame myself or beat myself. I had no idea until I woke up and just saw the name. I did make some calls, and I asked that the individual be recalled immediately. I even offered my communications advice that it be advanced that due to the outcry, the president has called for a review of the appointee's file. 5 hours later, or 10 hours, or 12, I anticipated, and I gave my advice. After hours of review of the appointee's file, the president has recalled the nomination and appointment of XYZ pending further notice. Still didn't happen. I don't know what to do. I decided to come clean. This is what we know. Me and Kef Hassan. Darlington knows it. His friends and brothers knows it. His classmates whom I interview are all aware. And that's it. Can't say more. You know, if we go back to the Executive Mansion website, and you will see, let me see if I can just read portion of it. Because I am aware, and I know for a fact, and I challenge him to deny. He called requesting that the Executive Mansion website be audited. Sorry, be edited, because according to him, his job with Boeing is classified. He cannot continue to lie. You cannot be a manager with Boeing and be classified. I repeat, you cannot be a Boeing manager and be classified. It embarrassed. Let me just read it shortly for you. This is the Executive Mansion website. The new LAA manager presently works at Boeing. That's not true. And I queried it, but it was based on what he sent. We went back to go check. It is untrue. He wanted that edited. America's leading aircraft manufacturer as avionics. There is no such thing as you working as avionics tech. And it doesn't say that as avionics tech specialist manager. You can go and check it. All Boeing managers are listed. For me, I don't need to go check it. I already know we have interacted more than 3-4 times. I already know. Managing all installations. All installations. They don't even know that, brother. Inspection. That brother not inspecting one air taxi. Test. That's not true. Adjust. Test. Adjust. What is that? Managing all tests. Managing all adjusts. Or repairs of avionics equipment. With Boeing, such as radar, radio, navigation, and missile. Missile, the missile what they're launching in Ukraine. Missile control systems. You not get first degree. You not get associate. You not get bachelor's. You not get master's. Then even space vehicle, they want to put and carry to the space. And people, you're sorry. You're sorry, yeah? But it's not our fault. Nobody told us. Nobody contacted us. Nobody even had the mind to say the airport has been shortlisted and how they can do in America. They will show you the 3 persons who have been shortlisted for the job. Do you know why Americans can do that? You saw it with a recent associate justice, right? They do it so if anybody get to say, they must say it. Anybody got something to say, just say it. So they will put a poor name up. But nobody knew. So we'll have to live with it. And I said to you, and I will say again, it will be embarrassing. And I can assure you, no matter what, take my word for it, that I'm confident that the president will act to save himself the embarrassment, to save the executive branch the embarrassment. Because if he doesn't, it will be the most disastrous. I don't know whether he wants to do it to send a message to people in America that Liberians are no longer stupid back home, that we are in the world of technology, that I don't know whether he wants to teach people in America. I don't know. But I do know for a fact that the nominee will not even, I don't think he will even last 5 minutes in front of the legislature. If they do so, it will be to make fun out of him. And so I don't know. It is what it is. So, like I said, it is sad. I don't know what to say. I just decided to come forward. There are 2 things now going through my mind. Either the president is going to leave him on while they're looking around and trying to vet other people, and to send a clear message that if you come from America and lie and do all this stuff, we will ridicule you and disgrace you. Or not to waste the Liberian people time, I can assure all of you, I am confident of what I am saying, that he will not be confirmed. It's a foregone conclusion. Sorry, one Aquila is consistently disturbing our live feed. You can see her posting your comment because you are entitled to your opinion. Just don't insult anybody. It is not easy for you to send something. Right now, Boeing is being contacted from every angle. You send a CV. I will not block him. He's not insulting anybody. He's basically shouting and saying his candidate will be confirmed. You know, he's not cussing anybody. I have no clue as to who did that. I wish I knew. But when you write in a document the following, let's just take a quick look at it. And you know I made follow-up on this, and that is what is in his CV. So he can't lie and say he did not put it there. The executive mansion went and then he called the people, he said the people should edit it. No, they cannot edit it. He called along with Sylvester Williams. They called together, he and Sylvester Williams, asking the executive mansion to edit. That is what you said. You said you work at Boeing, America's leading aircraft manufacturer, as an avionics tech specialist manager. Avionics tech specialist manager. My brother, you even now manage one aircraft. You left, and that's Boeing you're talking about. In fact, when me and Kev met him, I'm challenging you as a witness again. Call Kev. He told us he was an aircraft engineer. And the question, Kev, is a stupid person. Kev went and asked the man, oh, you aircraft engineer, your wife call and all the thing. Careful, Kev. Then I said, Kev, move from that. Maybe it's a. He said, no, I just asked him. I said Kev said it. Ask him. He was sitting in the back. Kev was holding this. You don't even know. Kev said, my man, you aircraft engineer, you riding that kind of ratting thing. You know what they call aircraft engineer? That was in the back of the car, Kev. Now you say, you are managing all installations, meaning everything they can install, not only in the aircraft, but in the space vehicle. The vehicle then I can go to space. You managing all installations. You manage all the inspection for the thing. You know, let's not waste our time. Let's not waste our time. Okay? Let's not waste our time. All appointments are made by the presidents, or the president. All appointees serve at the will and pleasure of the president, subject to confirmation by the Liberian Senate. Politically, it is not expedient. People think I'm afraid to put their comment up. No, this is the intellectual class. This is the intelligentsia. If you don't cost people, you're good. I don't block people. No way, I would never do it. Okay? So, you, at the end of the day, Kev argument in the car, without even an argument, he made a statement, I just shut him down because it was embarrassing. I said, they begins to go. The man getting all right, you're talking about kind of funny thing. Okay. So at the end of it all, we as citizens, let's be careful now. I'm putting these comments up because it's freedom of speech. As you can see, if it's against me, I put it up. But again, you have to be civil. And when you see me go back to review and our black people, that's because they cost. They cost people. You don't have to cost people to make your point. The other man said, I will not even qualify. Cecilia Wednesday, Deputy Minister Joe from AA, can have it, mister. You want to check my degrees? 4 associate degrees of different kinds. You go to Northeast State. A bachelor's and the honor, you go to East Tennessee State. They're not checking the tire. Honor certificate, everything is there. The next thing to pursue is political administration. For master, well, I'm going to go do that one. To waste my time, you don't know what political administration is. But if you want to check it, you are more than welcome. When I talk about somebody and me, I check their own. If you lazy, like Camilla went, and you don't get nothing to do, you just passing around. Go to Samuel Jackson. That was he was not one of the first. After all the noise came out, he was not lazy like you, Camilla. He wrote the people. And he said, damn it, I pay university. They take whole country by the set. The whole Northeast Tennessee, they won't get it. So he went and wrote them. And what they did, they not only gave him the team from the school, they gave him video. You know, Samuel Jackson might beat them. Please ask him for the video. So it seems as though Aliyu Suare are forced to block you now. Because you came here for confrontation. Okay? You didn't come here to be intelligent. So I'm sorry. If you see yourself appearing, that would be the reason. Okay? But I will let you have your day before I block you. All right? So again, I would like to say clearly for the records that many of you here will become president in 2024 if that confirmation goes through, and I will be the king when you become the prime minister. Having said that, I'll take a few questions on, for example, the Cummins decision to bring in forensic investigators. I will take questions relative to maybe why is it that the justice minister have not come up to say anything? What's happening with the Supreme Court? All those small things. Okay? Look at the other man. You came here, you want to step. You being jealous and hateful. Look at the way you spell hateful. Look at your spelling of hateful. Then you won't criticize somebody. And you put it out, HRT, hate, to knock something, FULL, for something to be full. Look at you. You honor your whole day, copy paste the same statement over and over. And you want me to block you. But you refuse to cause, but you disgrace yourself. You see it? So when you see that class, an intelligent class, we will block you now because you're not intelligent, you're not an intellectual. You can't spell yet. You're making us. So we're taking you from our platform. I should take you from there. Somebody killing themselves with laughter. Look at the man who the person who can't tell something. He said the person hit and they fold. All right, so let's get to questions. Princess Aye, kill yourself with laughter. Princess Aye is funny. What are you laughing for? No, no, no. I will take him out. Trust me. Oh, God have mercy. I will take him out. I will not take him out of there. You will never see any post from me again. Everybody laughing. You can't, you just talking, you so telling people they got AA degree, they got this, then you can't even spell hateful. You can't spell hateful. Look, and you're spelling over there. I think there should have been some vetting. And I think going forward, before appointments are made, there will be serious vetting done before people are appointed. Because honestly, this is embarrassing. Very embarrassing. So people are saying we should leave you there. We need you to vote. Hassan Kiawu say, leaving there, some students are hard to learn. But then Hassan, you need to help tutor him. Look, God, sorry. I'm on set. A lot of people watching from around the world. Look, man. Let's take the questions, please. The man run away, so. Someone has a very important question. Who do you have in mind for the airport? I'm looking at a couple of names. I even blocked the mail. Honestly, I swear to my living God, the man said ran away. That what can happen when you can't, you just dominating. But you can't even spell hateful. Hateful. You cannot spell hateful. But you come and you say hate full. Oh my God. I don't have information about appointing a new foreign minister, but I'm told that the president is looking around. He has had enough. That's my understanding. He now come by again. See what he said. Look at Darlington Kennedy being confirmed. And you see what I told you? Now when I block the man, you're begging, you say the man got to vote who will lead the president. Well, how did he get introduced for the job? I am totally unaware, sorry. I am totally unaware of how he got introduced. Should the president punish those on the vetting team for misinformation? I honestly, I don't think there was a vetting team. I stand to be corrected because if there was, then they would have picked up everything. Because even from your common sense, somebody cannot be jack of all trade. You can't do it all, including space cars. Space? Come on now. I agree with you, Alex, that thorough vetting is very essential. And now we see what exactly it has led us to. Well, to avoid the framework document, it has to be done legally. So your question as to whether it will be voided, I think it will be in the future, but it will have to be done legally. Should have given the money to the poor people as long so they could vote for him. No, I think Cummins is Cummins. Cummins does what Cummins will do or wants to do. But to be honest with you, I don't even know what Cummins is spending. But if you take Cummins and put him in this chair, and you take me and put me in Cummins' stead, I will hire some of the best teams, PR team. I will position myself for, because you see, Cummins has a propaganda war, Cummins has a political war, and Cummins has a legal battle. He's into the legal battle, he's into the political battle, but the main battle is the propaganda war, propaganda battle. All three of these battles somehow make up the war against Cummins. A war is a war, but a battle is an event. And I will put my money over there. Yeah, I agree with you. He's spending his money the way he wants to, you know. So that was the answer to your question. The president has several advisors. You got Archie Bernard on legal affairs. You got Charles Bright. He does the advice to the president on economics. And I think he does have, I'm not sure about the political advisor, but yes. I agree with you, Cornelius Reeves. And that's some of the stuff we did. Let me see what Reston said. Thank you. And thank you, Reston Lacroix, my friend and brother from Ghana. Very close friend of mine. We know each other like that. But again, a war is a war. Cummins is in a war. But Cummins have got several battlefronts. You got the legal battle. You got the political battle. And he's not doing well on the battlefront of the PR or the propaganda. Well, I would like to rest. But the only time you yourself who ask me, my man, you can't rest, you yourself, you resting, and you are listening, your ear shut, just like I'm out here. The only time you and myself will rest is when we die. I hear that, brother. So let that keep, just like I hear. Well, like I said, that was my opinion. And I said I stand to be corrected. I don't think there was a vetting team. A vetting team is not an individual or two-person knocking here. The people who you send people need to. And they go look behind the person, Google. Hello, Julie Rambo. Well, it is a national security concern. We're talking about aircraft. Camilla, when we're talking about aircraft dropping, we're talking about serious issues. We scatter the darkness, while at the same time we can't put people there who we say is not truthful. One mistake could cost the lives of people. But again, that's some of the things I can say. Camila now asking questions to the AA man. Thank you, Harry P. See you too. Yeah, I think because you bring up people, and let me say this to you, Liberians, listen to me. You bring the forensic experts. Correct me if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, we are intelligent people here. Okay? When those people finish their work, what do you think would be the exact Liberian statement? I can tell you. No man, and I come brought the people where you expect. I'm not in Kumi's case, but if I was in Kumi's shoes, I will reduce my war to a battle. Don't make me turn on before people who know me say, oh, you're helping the man again. And you heard Reston. We are old school boys. Reston Lacroix told you, I will reduce my many battles to a war and reduce my war to a battle. Why should I be fighting on the PR front, political front, legal front? For what? I turn it all into one war. Boom. And you want to ask me how? While going to school, I have credit. So if people want me to be consultant, they will pay me. Yeah. Now you're picking Dave. They're picking right there. I know a man like that. I don't know how we call you. The man said he missed class yesterday. He want to know what happened to the old man. The old man stood right there. And the people mobbed the chief. They finished the chief right there. So you see, you keep saying Cummins should bring a witness. I mean, Cummins should bring the original. The people said the original was signed on Zoom. So therefore, Cummins lawyers then weak. Go in a courtroom, play the tape with Mo Ali saying that it was signed on Zoom. Play the tape with you saying it was signed on Zoom. When you finish, you stand right there and say, if it was signed on Zoom, then the original is on Zoom. Why are you all asking me? Y'all print the one y'all signed on Zoom. I will produce the original. Y'all go and bring the one y'all signed on Zoom, and I will bring the original. Who remember the story from Shakespeare? Restaurant, I'm not talking to you because I know you. You already know it. There was this man whole day. I know they went into a bet. It's a long time story. And I think he won it. And he was supposed to cut 1 pound of flesh from the man's thigh. We are the intelligentsia here. If you can help me, help me. One man don't have all the knowledge. Either it was Macbeth or something from Shakespeare. And that man be damn, he won his pound of flesh. They went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Last minute of time, the man lawyer say you can take a pound of flesh. Show your time, my man. Let the man call a pound of flesh, but not a drop of blood. You can have your pound of flesh, but not a drop of blood. So, hey, y'all want to do the Merchant of Venice? Hey, yeah. This is the sweetest class in the country, the intelligentsia. Yeah, that? The Merchant of Venice. Take your pound of flesh, but not a drop of blood. You sign something on Zoom. You say, I got it original. Okay, the one you sign on Zoom, bring it. And I will give you the original. So then, the judge will subpoena Zoom. I don't know how you would do it. But this is the intelligentsia. This is the highest decision-making platform in the country. Everybody say they know restaurant now. Restaurant, be careful before they say how they know you. Again, what Alexander Cummings is doing is a private venture. The court got nothing to do with it. So what's the importance? What's the importance now? The court will not honor it because it was not court ordered. The court did not order it, so they will not honor it. So I will pay on a PR operation. So that front line, I will take control. Then I move on the political front. I will take control. When I take control of those two battlefronts, the legal front line will be nothing but a piece of cake. But only one man knows how to do it, and that's the man who went to school for it. Musu say, Musu Tom say, okay. Musu da my sister, you know, you might get, I like you. They posted a sound thing on Zoom. You bring the one your sound on Zoom. I will get you the original. Oh, someone asked me a question. Can you work for Cummings? Right now, the player here, even fly, offer me good money to work. I will work. I will be saying now, Cummings can't tell me, say, my man, I will give you $15,000 a month. Pay for horse, car, everything. You expect me to say, Yank, now my brother, I'm not going nowhere. Hungry man like me. Fatango, I agree with you. The court will not take it because the court did not order it. So it's useless. It's useless. And I can tell you, Vertango, the moment a report come out, hey, the Brembo say, what's that? But the man pay his own people what he has the report to say. Yeah. Yeah, Reston, help me out. Reston, help me out. I went to school to be selling pepper a whole day. Somebody can tell me, say, my man, work for me. I'll pay you 15,000 and give you car, everything, cash, everything. Then you say, I'm gonna say this. You man have 15,000 before I hold it. The other man will say, hey, need that money. Work for me. I will pay you 30. I went to school. I pay school fee. my brother, if you want to hire me for Braga, right now, I'm a political consultant. I'm a political consultant. You want to hire me for Braga? The only problem, Braga say, you not get no money. Everybody lobby, you ain't get no money nowhere. So if you want to hire me for Braga and you want to pay me, I'm ready. Pakwada. I'm ready. I eat my mask school fee. He's doing it to prove his innocence. But where do you prove your innocence, Jeff Reeves? Do you prove your innocence from a forensic investigative team, or you prove your innocence in a court of law? Our Constitution says you are presumed innocent until proven guilty by a court of competent jurisdiction, not by a report from a forensic audit. I hope I make sense. Well, you say I will provide cash and you just do the work. What do you think you will give me? Paper? Cash that money. Y'all please read that question. And some of y'all who know me and know me very well, please help me to answer the question. I will appreciate it. Some of you who know me and know me well, please read the question and help me to answer the question. I beg you. It's an appeal. Those of you who know me and know me well, please, if you know me and know me well, please help me to answer the question. Look at the other hack on her career. So that the hacker you not say to come be putting stupid crazy thing here. Okay? You wasn't paid at first doing your hard work for CDC. Why you want another to pay you now? Think about it. You should think about it. The day you get to work hard and you lose your home, your car, your marriage, your whole thing, you did it all for free. Like I did it. And you take a job to go and serve your country. While you're on your sick bed, they fire you. Your trust say you didn't take it for any dresser to come to America. You finish with the hospital now, you say now you get joy nothing. I want to answer your question, Gandhi ambassador, respectfully. When I went to school, I didn't credit. I had to go and take loan. I got to pay back. So I gave everything for my party. And in return, I remain loyal to my party. You get money to pay me for what inside here? And what year? But you say you will be rich and I'm going to work for you for free. Cummins is worth 75 million. I don't know how much Braga is worth, but Braga has at least up to 15 million, 20. So that we don't want to be working for free. Thank you, yeah. Jalo that true. So where are my big brother? We are in our external studio. Listen, President Weah was not accused. The government of Liberia was accused. And when the government brought their own people, which is the FIU, Financial Intelligence Unit, the people rejected. And the high USAID decided to pay Kroll, the foreign group, to come and do it. So that's a totally different case. No problem, Rodneja. We are savvy in what we do. Any further questions? Any they say going around? Nathaniel Diba, very good friend of mine. I have said this over and over. If, let's not talk about Alexander Kumis, but if it is proving that the document is fraudulent, then it means Delonen got elected on a fraudulent piece of paper. There will be court actions from political parties, interest groups, civic organizations, individuals, and I don't think they will maintain their jobs. There will be re-elections for the seat. That is the law. So they're playing with fire. That's all I can say. I will say this for the last time. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even know UPS office. I have no clue what you're talking about UPS. If I working for UPS, I'll be the first to tell you. Because I'm making my money. You know me, I don't lie. I can't say that, Edward Clark. The court will make that determination. So they are playing with fire. Look, I don't know how some people can think. You're fighting hard to say the document that elected you is fake. You in the pot, but you choking hole because somebody bet you and say you can't bore hole in the center of the canoe, knowing that you're only in the middle of the river. Nothing there. Nothing. So what are you doing now for a living in America? That's my personal business. That's my personal business.
Be a rich man. You may be a poor man. We are just the same. One life, one blood. Sometimes it gets so hard for you. Everyone can yourself. Don't give up, don't give up, don't give up. Lord, there is life. There's got to be hope. Oh, oh. Keep on trying. One day.
Let me say good night.
It's gonna be better.
You can follow me on my YouTube channel, Personal Space, or Reality TV.
If you be suffering,
You bragging about going to school and paying school fees in this country, which means Bandi is here with all the free opportunities, but you hustling for job only in Liberia. Why? Good question. Am I hustling for job? You will hustle for job in Liberia, be saying here? I've already worked there 3.5 years. If you want to know more about me, take up my page. You will see what I had in America. You want to know more? Take it up more. You will see what I have now. You don't look for a job by sitting in America. Go there, go look for a job. I got plenty of job there to do. And Bandi, just by looking at me, you, Bandi ambassador, you offering to pay me. Then you say I'm looking for a job. Now, who said they wanted to hire me just now? Hot. Cheddar Kanya Pepe. Everybody looking for me. Then you say I'm looking for a job. Bandi, you not try. You not try small sir. When Nigerian men say, when I was your age, I was bigger than you. I see your point. The opposition don't understand that. I don't understand that question, Shebo. If you can rephrase it. Maybe I'm sure you wanted to say, what do you make? We need a manager for our new airport. You see, I'm promoting it now. Sooner or later, I'll be showing pictures and all those things. I'm not ready yet. Sooner or later. You know, it's funny how you sitting in the kingdom. All of your members of CPP. And one man say, I bet you can't bore hole in the kingdom. And you're in the middle of a big river. You can't even see the shores or the banks of the river. Sorry. And you two decide, okay, I'll prove to you I can pour hole in the canoe. Prove it now. Because when you prove it and pour the hole in it, what will happen? You want to prove that the document at neck was finger altered and it's a fraudulent document. Now, all we're waiting for, prove it. Then you will know what put water in coconut. No update yet. We're waiting for her pathologist to finish his job. Then there will be update. Well, put their names forward and let's look them up. Look at, the man asked me if I think CDC deserves a second chance. You want an honest answer? Given what you are looking at right now, the situation that you are in with the opposition, what you are seeing right now, why should CDC not be given a second chance? Can you see your answer? You will know whether your Christmas will be good from the if. So it is what it is. We've come to the end of another fascinating one today.
For so long, and there's nowhere to turn. Just take it to the Lord in prayer. He will be on your side, and you're never gonna fall. You've been hurt so many times.
Thank you for joining me. I'm Honorable Eugene Fagon, former Deputy Minister for Information, Culture, and Tourism. I think I'm beginning to set my time to come on every day.
Don't give up, don't give up, don't give up. As long as there is life, there's got to be hope. Keep on trying, forever and ever. Keep on trying, don't give up. Keep on trying.